Tonight's stories.
Sterilizing myself. Update. Again.
Explain yourself with an update.
Flipped out with an update.
Exaggerating with an update.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Comfort Level Podcast. I'm Maddie, and I'm here with
Brando.
Sam.
SJ.
SJ's back.
SJ.
I'm back.
SJ's back with an update episode.
Just hit the like and subscribe. Just for that.
Update 2. Am I the asshole for sterilizing myself against my partner's wishes? I know a few people have been messaging me as well as commenting on a few platforms for an update on everything going on. To start off with the divorce, I'm finishing up with my lawyer to get the divorce petition written and served to my husband. That should happen before the end of this month. Last I heard from his side with the divorce, he got a lawyer for himself and once all communications going through our lawyers. I finished up sorting through our asset divisions and making a custody plan, so my lawyer has that ready to be sent over to his lawyer for any questions or concerns about it. I'm sure this will be a bit of a back and forth until the agreement is met. Next, an update about the children. They now know we are separating and going through a divorce. While initially they were really upset with the news, things kind of settled and became accepted, and they're in therapy individually and us as a family, so I'm hoping that stays helping us. My husband has been having them about one day a week, usually being Saturday during the day, as he expresses not being able to handle them alone at night. I keep him in the loop about therapy, even offering him to come if he is willing, which so far has been a no from the few sessions we've had. I also make sure he knows that he is welcome to have the children more than just a day. I'm hoping he comes around to co-parenting a bit better because I know the kids do miss him. I try to communicate with him on the happenings in the kids' lives, such as school and extracurriculars, but he keeps pushing me to communicate through his mom. So far, I have been sending them both similar messages, so there is proof I'm communicating with him directly as well as his preferred way. Lastly, my surgery. My consultation went amazingly, and my surgery is scheduled for the end of June. My mom and sister will be with me through the surgery and healing process. I'm very thankful for them. My gynecologist did remove my IUD about a week ago, and honestly, I've been feeling so much better, and as each day passes, I feel like I'm really coming back to myself. I'm just waiting for the first period to see if it'll be like they usually are or if I'm back to normal. I'm getting a full workup though in about 2 weeks. My doctor wants hormones, vitamins, and everything checked, as well as doing a few ultrasounds to check everything. So that's all I really have going on. Nothing exciting or groundbreaking, just a sad start to a divorce and medical stuff. But I mean, hey.
What a wonderful kind of day.
You got out from under a loser.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it kind of just re-emphasizes you made the right decision.
I can't handle them at night. You freaking idiot.
Even him refusing to go to the therapy sessions with them is just...
Bozo.
Well, the whole reason why he was so angry doesn't seem like he would be the person who's good for self-reflection and like analyzing past behaviors and faults.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think therapy would be up his alley.
Because it makes him see himself a lot more.
And really think about why he does what he does.
Right.
Instead of just doing it.
Yeah.
He seems to be emotionally stunted.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think it's good that she feels better after getting the IUD out. She's continuing with the surgery. She's going to have people to support her.
Yeah.
Which is great. I think she mentioned something about how the kids at first were upset, but now they're adjusting.
Yeah.
So, top comment here. I am laughing that he can only handle them for a day. If I knew him, I would totally tell him this is why she didn't want any more kiddos. You can't handle your fair share of the work. I'm sorry, and I'm so glad you found a doctor who would do this for you. I asked for this to be done with both of my C-sections and was denied. Married someone who took this leap, so I didn't have to. Crazy they let him do it, but not me. Am I the asshole for refusing to stop wearing my lucky dress because my best friend thinks it's embarrassing?
For refusing to do it?
Yeah.
No. It's your lucky dress.
I, 22 female, have this one dress that I absolutely love. It's nothing fancy, just a flowery dress with little stars on it, but for some reason, every time I wear it, good things happen. I've gotten unexpected opportunities free stuff, compliments from strangers, just randomly lucky moments. Obviously, I don't actually believe the dress has magical powers, but it makes me feel good, so I wear it a lot. My best friend Ava, 23 female, absolutely hates it. She says it's childish, overworn, and makes me look like I'm still in high school. Every time we go out, I show up in the dress and she rolls her eyes and says, "You're wearing that again?" It came to a head last weekend when we went out to brunch and I wore the dress. Halfway through, Ava sighed and said, "I can't take this anymore. Can you please just retire that thing?" I laughed it off, but she kept pushing, saying I looked stuck in the past, and it was embarrassing to be seen with me. I told her she was being ridiculous and that what I wore didn't affect her. She got mad and said I was acting like a child over a piece of clothing and that I needed to grow up and start dressing more maturely. I told her she was the only one making this an issue, and if my dress somehow offended her fashion sense, that's her problem, not mine. Now she's barely speaking to me, and a mutual friend said I should drop the dress just to keep the peace. But,
What?
Every time.
but I feel like I shouldn't have to change something I like just because someone else doesn't approve. Am I the asshole?
No, girl, you wear that lucky dress. I will wear that dress down until the luck ran out. Okay? Are you crazy?
And that's the most ridiculous friend. That's even more than ridiculous because we always have the family or friends who are like, just give in and keep the peace. Those are like bigger situations to me.
It makes sense.
This one's like, just stop wearing it. I'm like, what is, why are you care?
I just like this dress. Why? This is such a non-issue.
It's super non-issue. I did have an ex who had this hot air balloon sweatshirt, and this chick wore it all the time. And I was like, if you wear this thing, I hate this sweater. And I would make fun of her for it.
Are you the friend?
I feel like it was always like a running joke with us because she was she was fired for this thing. And I'm like, you can't wear this again. But I never was like realistically saying, stop wearing this. You can't wear this. I'm embarrassed by it. It just made me laugh that you wear this all the time.
Again? It's back in rotation already.
And I would look out my door and she's like, and I'm like, put another shirt on. Put another shirt on. But I couldn't realistically be like, yeah, you can't wear this or I don't want to talk to you. Anymore. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. People like to wear what they want to wear. Just let them wear it.
Especially, I feel like if you're giving like your opinion that nobody asked for, one or two times, but to genuinely get mad that your friend is wearing something, I think is ridiculous.
It's too much.
And then to try and in a way shame her, be like, "Girl, this is how you look when you wear it," or this, and this, like making her change the way that she feels when she's in the dress. I would really reconsider that person being a friend because I'm like, why is this a problem for you?
I don't think they are a friend.
I do want to see a picture of the dress.
Yeah, I do want to see the picture.
I kind of need to see the dress.
It's her best friend.
It's her best friend.
You see the picture, you're like, oh, I get it.
Honestly, I might drop her as a friend.
I'm sorry, Ophi, but I think your best friend cares about it.
Also, like, if this was, if I was the best friend and let's say I was critiquing something about you and you're like, literally drop it, I'm not going to stop wearing it. If I cared about our friendship, I'd be like, yeah, this is not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I should have never brought it up.
Yeah.
But is there some crazy things that you've seen your friends wear you're like?
There are. Okay.
Because I'm like, there are some things you're like. Oh.
There are things. But I think okay, let's say that we're going out. We're all going out to the club. Me and the girlie. Goes right out. And Bestie comes out in something questionable. Mm-hmm. And she's like, how do I look? And I'm going to be like,
you're going to be honest.
That ain't it.
Girl. Girl. What? Is that it?
Really?
Or it's like,
this is it. How do I look?
Or it's like the response of,
let's workshop this.
Is that what you were thinking?
This is
So
my
that's
favorite
your
thing.
only
I wear this
option?
all the time.
Is that
I've never
the
seen
only
you in
option
it.
tonight? Or?
Yeah.
I think for me, yeah, it's like, this is it. I felt good.
I'm not sure that that's like your color.
I
feel like it's making, I don't think it's making your
not my color. I
skin.
wear it every
I
other
think,
day.
you know what I saw in your closet that was cute? That one top.
This top?
Those, that would be cute. I think that would look way better.
That would be cute, and that'll be a tomorrow thing.
And you got, oh no, shit.
But to a certain extent, it's like, hey, if you want to wear that,
Yeah.
That's on you.
that's on you.
You just gotta politely steer them in the direction you think they should go. And if they're still like, actually, no, this is what I want. All right, baddie.
All right, that's what you
You
want.
chalk it up.
You go ahead, girl. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
the game.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, being adamant, like you have to do this.
And then when they don't do it, being like, well, you don't look good in it. Well,
And then
nobody said that. Nobody said that. You don't have to say that. You'd be like,
Well, sometimes I feel like
okay.
sometimes honesty a little bit is being a good friend, but saying it once, not harping on it.
yeah.
Like, hey, that ain't it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you wear it again, I'm like, well, I told him.
And then turning around and ghosting them low key.
Yeah.
That's immature.
For a dress?
And I honestly, I think even me and like Maddie, we've had that situation like when let's say it's a cruise night, right? We're going out to dinner or something. And we're like, oh my God, how do I look in this?
See, the thing is, for me, I don't need you to be rude or whatever, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you hesitate for a second, I'm going to inquire. I'm going to be like, what did you mean by that?
Like,
Oh, this isn't appropriate for tonight? Okay, point taken. I'll look at something else. You know? Because, again, this is me personally for me. If I can tell, like, my friend or Brandon is giving a slight hint of hesitation where there would be confidence, because I know them that well, that is what I'm saying. Oh, it's me. Okay, what is it about my
Especially if
outfit?
Brandon does it. If Brandon goes, because he does not want to say anything, he's like,
No, there's only a few times where Brandon, he said, you know what? I'm not going to let you push me anymore. You need to change. And it wasn't like a date or anything, but I think we were hanging out and I tried to leave the house in jeans with Crocs on. And he was like, take the Crocs off.
literally take them off right now.
You cannot wear Crocs with jeans. And I was like, hey,
100%.
point taken.
Thank you.
You know, there's a few things he was like, stop wearing
He's
that.
He's
doing
keeping the
God's work.
balance
He's
in the
doing God's
universe.
work.
I think to make matters worse, it was the orange Crocs, right?
My pink ones.
Yeah, it was the pink and orange Crocs with blue jeans. And I said, nah,
Oh, Maddie.
there's no way.
Turn right
I
back
love
around.
Crocs so much that you can't do that.
So we're ready to go, right? No, we're not ready to go.
She's like,
As soon as you change those shoes,
I just sit back down. I'm like, all right.
yeah.
She got
Like,
some
oh,
more
you're not
time.
ready. You're not ready. Okay. I'll wait.
Like, no, I'm actually on the door. Ready to go.
Let's go. The movie's starting.
Put some shoes on.
Yeah, but you're just saying like you can do that. It's just not rude. Like being so rude.
Yeah, you don't have
is
to
you
like,
don't have to
rude
be an
about it.
asshole about it.
this is your best friend. You're supposed to love this person. Like treat them with some
Yeah.
reverence, some grace.
I feel like especially like with anybody, but especially like a friend or a best friend, you know how to deliver it in a way where you don't ever really need to be mean to your friend
Yeah.
ever.
You really don't.
You have ways that you can be like, oh, yeah, well,
Girl, come on.
Wait, are your contacts in, or did you put them in yet?
Because surely if you were able to see,
If you have the ability to see, this would be hard for you to
I
come
know
out of.
this wouldn't even happen. Okay.
It is no secret that we love to travel here at Comfort Level Podcasts, okay? In fact, I have a trip that's coming up right now, actually. And I was thinking to myself, like, man, I really want to treat myself. I want to get like the high quality material, but I don't necessarily want to pay that price. And that's where our sponsor of today comes into play, Quince. Quince is an online store that has a wide array of items, anywhere from European linen sets to comfy sets that you could just lounge around the house in. Or you can go on the other side of the spectrum and go to luggage and suitcases and tote bags. They have so many items. But the big kicker is all Quince items are priced up to 50 to 80% less than their competitors. And let me tell you, regardless, their stuff is quality. You remember that trip I was telling you about? Yeah, I was able to find some casual sweats. Boy, the fits I can put together with this, I am too excited for. But then on top of that, you know, it's a trip. You're gone for weeks on end, away from your house. You just want your room to smell nice. I actually found a candle that was plant-based and it smelled amazing. Even the boxing itself, just the way they present their items are just beautiful. That's why me personally, I implore you to go check out Quince for your next treat yourself occasion, or if you have a trip like me that's coming up. And yo, just because I rock with you, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you go to quince.com/CLP, You get 365 days returns and free shipping. QUINCE.com/CLP to get free shipping and 365 days on returns. Come on, guys. You don't want to miss out. Quince.com/CLP.
My boyfriend of 10 months flipped out when I wouldn't keep my clothes at his place anymore.
Oh, I wonder why.
Well, so they were there and now you're taking them away.
Why is she taking them away?
He doing something unscrupulous.
I'm flipping out too.
10 points for that word, Brandon. I love that. Unscrupulous. Yeah.
Well, I'm like, are you taking it to your other man's house? Yeah, I'm saying that. Are you taking it to your other man's house? I'm
So you
flipping
think,
out.
you think she has another man?
He's
Yeah.
he's
You got another dresser to put your clothes into?
That's where your first thought goes.
If I got your clothes hanging up on my thing and you're like, actually, I need to take all this away, you're putting it away, I'm like, you got another place to store it? What's going on? Where are you storing those clothes at? Because
I
they're in my
wonder
house.
why.
Do you get a storage unit?
Yeah, because I need to know.
I need this to be a story where this guy isn't a bad guy. I want there to be one freaking story where I don't have to just hate men.
And this is this story.
And this
I'm
needs to
telling
be
you
the
right
story.
now, she's the bad guy.
I'm hoping that just to flip it on his head for 2 seconds.
It's Reddit. That's not happening.
Oh my god, I can't take another bad. If I hear one more story about a freaking dog shit man, I want to flip out. Is this guy a good guy, Maddie? Please say yes.
No,
He's
her
a good
face
guy.
is saying it's definitely not.
Lord.
That's why I doubled down.
It's about to get me
That's
hot.
why I'm like, I'm not going to say
I
anything.
said
I don't
for
want to ruin
sure
it.
he's right, but Maddie's face is like, no, he's not.
Okay, I hope I don't have to get too mad, man.
Okay.
You're going to.
I'm gonna get hot already.
Look at her shoulders.
Look at her tits. Oh my, here we go.
Massage, get my girl a massage.
My 27 female boyfriend, 30 male of 10 months flipped out when I wouldn't keep my clothes at his place anymore. I'm looking for some advice with my relationship with my boyfriend. I don't know where to start, and I hope this makes sense. I'm disappointed and hurt by my boyfriend's reaction when I approached him about my concerns. Please know I'm not this petty type, nor do I ignore issues or problems. However, I make every attempt at being civil and calm when I do air any concerns. We have our own place. A few months back, my boyfriend suggested I could keep some of my personal belongings at his house. Toothbrush, spare undies, 2 pairs, and PJs, long sleeve.
2 pairs.
I don't like undies. I don't like saying undies.
That is a weird word.
And PJs, long sleeves, and pants. It makes it easier in the sense that I don't have to pack those things for when I stay over. I stay over every other weekend. However, I noticed that when I use my PJs or undies, they will stay in the hamper until I sleep over again. The first time washed our clothes at his place, and he said he meant to do it, but he forgot. I said, no problem, but if you don't want to do them, it's not a big deal. I'll just take my clothes home. He said it wasn't and agreed it's kind of gross to keep clothes around for 2 weeks unwashed. Nothing changed after this conversation. Oh no. Nothing changed after this conversation, and this continued for a few more weeks, except I noticed he wasn't washing his clothes either. Yesterday, I became agitated that I was washing both our dirty clothes every time I'd stay over. My time went from being with him to being with his washer and dryer while he's raiding or gaming with his friends on the PC. Normally, this type of thing wouldn't bother me, but it's 2 weeks worth of his clothing plus the PJs and undies I wore the last time I was there. I ended up bringing all my clothes home, and as soon as he noticed my clothes were missing, he flipped out. He accused me of leaving him, not the case at all. I waited until he was done yelling, and in a soft voice, I explained to him that I didn't want to leave my clothes there anymore because they are always dirty and I wanted to clean them. Furthermore, it wasn't fair of him to expect me to wash all of his clothes when I was there. I told him when I come over, I'd like us to hang out, but find it difficult when I'm washing all of his clothes. He went on about having to work all the time. He works 10 hours, 4 days a week. While I only go to school, I'm in a full-time post-grad program. Then he told me to grow up. He hasn't spoken to me since then. Reddit, I'm at a loss. I really don't need him to wash my clothes. Having them there was supposed to be convenient. Instead, it's frustrating. What's going on?
He's filthy.
I'm rooting for you, bro.
He's filthy.
Don't need him, period. You don't need him, period.
How long
She
was
said,
he
I don't
dating?
need to wash his...
10 months.
I don't need him to wash my clothes. You don't need him, period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a red flag.
He can't wash clothes,
He can't
Sam.
wash clothes. I know this is a red flag.
He can't wash clothes.
Babe, I'm busy.
And first of all, he works 4 days a week.
4 days a week, 10 hours a day.
4
But
tens,
yeah.
that's the GOAT schedule.
That's
man.
actually the perfect
It's
schedule.
the
That's
great
the schedule everybody yearns for.
I would love a 410.
And those 3 days,
That's errand day. You got an errand day during the week when no one else is out.
you got a freaking errand day, a rest day, and a day to wash them damn
Come
clothes.
on. What were you doing before?
He wasn't washing them.
So they were just sitting there the whole time before this 10 months?
He was probably washing them. But now that she's over there, she can wash them.
And we see each other every other weekend. Why are you gaming and having me clean your clothes on the weekends that we're supposed to be hanging out together?
Good point.
That is so stink.
It's literally only 2 days every
It's
14.
2 days, yeah. You can do all that stuff on the other days.
And your laundry. You can do that on the other days
clean,
too.
Do the other things. You work 4 tens. You got 6 days perfectly. Do this. Come on.
This is filthy.
Yeah, this is bad.
What do you think about his reaction?
Crazy. That's why I'm like, break up immediately. That was a red flag.
Yeah.
The reaction was crazy.
I told her to grow up.
Because
Grow up?
You grow up.
I think any logical person that like would have heard that and been like, oh, and immediately get to the washing machine. Just like, okay, I need to lock in. But it's the fact that he's like, nah, you're immature. You need to grow up. Nah, she's saying you stink, bruh. You ain't clean. That's crazy.
That's so pathetic.
Yeah.
You're a grown man, and in 2 weeks you can't muster up the strength to throw a load in the wash.
That's it. It's literally throwing it in there, pouring some stuff over the top or in it, pressing a button.
And I get it. If you don't put it away, I get it, because I'm an offender of washing my clothes
piled up.
and it's laying in that basket. It's sitting in that basket and I'm just living out the I'm picking out the basket. But at least my clothes are clean. You dirty mofo, you can't even do that. You can't even do that.
And for me, if I told her, I was like, yes, I am going to clean your clothes. Even if I'm like, I forgot about it. The day before she comes, I'm like, I'm rushing. I'm doing it that day before.
2 hours before she comes.
1,000%, I am going to get this load in if I told her I'm going to do it. Even if I'm like, dang, I am because I am a lazy person, especially with laundry. I'm still doing it before she gets there.
Or just be like, hey, it's in the dryer right now, I
Yeah.
promise.
Yeah.
Even something like that of like,
And you
it's
can put
almost
it on
done.
right out the fresh undies out the dryer.
Oh, that's a comforting feeling.
Come on. That is nice.
It's nice.
And
I'm like,
yeah,
I did
she
that
got
for you.
cold, a little
Dirty,
stinky,
Yeah. Well, don't get too crazy.
a little musty.
She like, hey, chill out. It ain't that stinky.
I mean, wearing it for like a day and then 2 weeks to sit in the pot with his clothes.
It's been festering.
I'm a lady. Okay, she's like, chill on my undies. They're not festering, okay?
It's not her fault. It's because she's got a pile of his clothes
I'm
on
getting
top.
defensive for her. I'm like, hey, chill.
clothes.
Why
It's
you
not
defensive?
festering.
Sam,
Marinating.
Sam, when do
They're
you
not
wash?
festering. I mean, they could.
How can you wash your clothes, Sam?
I mean, you could go a month or 2. You know?
You must have a lot of clothes. You must have a lot of
I
clothes.
do actually. I just wear clothes and then it's like, it's probably a 3-week cycle. I do laundry.
Okay, so top comment. He's mad you aren't doing his laundry anymore. And then an edit.
Period.
People are like, upvote. You're going crazy. Get this up there.
Edit. Thanks everyone for all the replies. I still haven't heard from him. I will update as soon as possible. I just can't believe how much this hurts. I don't have any issues with him gaming. In fact, he got me into playing Fallout 4. But unlike him, gaming isn't my only interest and isn't always my idea for quality time. Anyways, I'm turning in for the night. Thanks again. And then there's an update that was 5 days later. By the way, you guys don't necessarily need to know this, but this was in 2016.
Whoa, blast of the past.
All of the updates are in 2016,
Holy
but
crap.
yeah. So Fallout 4, maybe that's a little bit
Yeah, I was
closer
like,
to when
that
that
was
was
such
out.
a weird game.
I know,
I
that's
was
so-
thinking that, but I'm like, some people are going back and playing.
The
older
time
games.
2016, there was something in the freaking air, dude.
Yep. After 3 days of silence, I've decided to call it quits. I tried texting him, but he wouldn't respond. Eventually, I called his cell phone and I left him a voicemail explaining how deeply hurt I am, that he yelled at me, and how I feel even worse now that he wouldn't respond to me. I told him that I felt like it was important for me to have an open and honest communication between the two of us, and since I have no idea where he is or what is happening, I assume that we are over. I told him I wished him the best and I hope he could find some happiness, and I ended the call. 3 minutes later, my phone rings. It's him.
Oh my God. Oh, what does he say?
I pick up and he starts bawling about how sorry he is and how he didn't want things to go that far. How all he wanted was to be able to play his games in peace, but he realized he wanted me. He asked me to take him back.
What? Wait.
Even match up.
Okay, hold on. He wanted to play his games in peace, but then he realized he wanted her.
There's nothing, this has nothing to do with the games.
I told him that he lost my trust and he hurt me over a trivial thing. I told him that I needed to think about what I want, and he hung up. So it's over, officially. Part of me is really sad, but I know I'll get over it.
Yeah.
Right now, I just want to focus on me, and when I do find someone, they will know how to do their laundry. Thanks, Reddit.
And that was your man's. You defended him. No.
I did.
And then somebody in the comments, so this is from Best of Redditor updates. So they're posting stuff from like 2016 now. Yeah. So somebody commented now like 15 hours ago and was like, LMAO, he immediately listened to her voicemail because he expected it to be her groveling for his forgiveness and then realized he fucked up.
Yeah.
Too late.
But not enough to actually fully try to get her back.
That is so pathetic. He is so pathetic. That's actually sick.
You dodged a bullet.
Okay, this next story is, am I the asshole for telling my wife I want a divorce after she pointed out that as a stepdad, I have to keep showing up no matter what happens?
What?
I, 39 male, married Lisa, 38 female, 4 years ago. She was divorced and had 2 kids with her ex. They split custody and didn't really co-parent because they were strained between them. But they could be civil around the kids. The kids in question are 11 and 9, and Lisa and I have a 3-year-old together. Problems started when Lisa's ex started giving me an attitude and being hostile when I was in his presence. He'd tell me not to speak to his kids and to know my place. Lisa would tell her ex to stop, and she warned him, she'd document all of that. But he carried on with these hostile remarks in front of the kids, and eventually the kids started treating me the same way. Lisa went back to court, and the judge ruled that she and her ex had to individually take some parenting classes, and that was it. Her ex carried on as he was, and the judge didn't do anything further. She was told it wasn't actually parental alienation. The kids have never minded Lisa saying they were our kids, or me saying stepkids. I followed their lead on what to call them, and I asked them if they would like me to drop the step, and they said no. But Lisa... No, thanks.
I could not hear that. I would never ask because I could not hear that back. No, you're fine, stepdad.
And it wasn't even like quickly no.
That's cool. Keep the step.
But Lisa started having issues with this, and the kids started to have issues with her saying our kids instead of my kids, and the kids kicked up a fuss about it. The original conversations with me and them happened before the trouble with their dad started. The fuss started after his comments. The kids started telling me to stop saying stepkids, and they weren't my stepkids. Lisa wasn't happy about me saying stepkids either, but the kids didn't want me claiming them as anything, and my wife wanted me to claim them as my kids. She started encouraging more of a relationship between us, but the kids constantly disrespected me. She wanted me to take them more places, wanted me to be involved in more of their extracurricular activities. I was already involved to some degree, but she was the mom. Her ex was the dad, and I was the stepdad, and not equal to the bio parents. But she said I signed up to be their dad, and that was what I needed to be. I tried to be there more. She said the kids would come around when they saw me being there for them. Their dad was more hostile to me. He was hostile to the child I share with Lisa. The kids started rejecting their half-sibling. They had never been super fond, but at least they would be kind around the youngest. But that did end, and they were angry about our child's presence. They repeated some of the things their dad did. Lisa went back to court over it, and the judge still did nothing more. I suggested the kids get therapy, and Lisa decided we needed family therapy. but the kids wouldn't talk or listen, and the therapist suggested individual, which Lisa ignored. I went on my own and I got some good things out of it, and I attempted on numerous occasions to communicate the problems I was having to Lisa so we could work through them. The more time that passes, the more time Lisa gets angry that I won't step up and be their dad. But the more I try to be involved, the angrier her kids get and the more disrespect I get. And even if I try to correct it, they get more angry and they show more disrespect. The final straw for me happened last week. I had picked up the oldest from practice, and in the car, they got mad at me for trying to ask how things went. It started with, "You're not my dad," but went to saying they would accuse me of abusing them because then I'd be punished and I would never see them again, and it would make them and their sibling happy because they hate me like their dad hates me. I told Lisa about this, and she told me I need to remain strong and carry on.
Lisa, what?
Because they all need me. I asked her if she was serious, and she said yes. I told her that's a serious threat her child made. She corrected me and said, "Our child." I told her...
Oh my gosh.
That would literally send
Read the room, Lisa.
I told her if I said that, I would likely get physically attacked by one or both of her kids, given their anger about it. And I told her they themselves have repeatedly said they are not my kids and I am not their dad. She told me I signed up for it by marrying her. I told her things changed, and she said it didn't. I asked her if the kid or even both kids followed through on that promise. I would have to leave the home, and I couldn't see our child until I was cleared. Would she still expect me to keep showing up no matter what? And she told me yes, and that even if her kids attacked me or even if they said more horrible things, it's my job to keep showing up and to be there. This made me leave. I told her before I left that I wanted a divorce and I would not stick around for that. She argued that I'm giving up, and in the end, we'd win because we're the good guys if we keep being there. I told her how could she be so sure? I told her it doesn't always work, and she told me it's because the steps are usually not as good as me, but I was always amazing to her kids and I just needed to work harder. I've seen our child almost every day since I moved out. The house was Lisa's before our marriage, and I'm determined to follow through with the divorce. Lisa keeps telling me I need to reconsider and I need to man up, and her father even confronted me about it. Actually, while he was confronting me, we could hear Lisa and the kids fighting over her calling me their dad. But he repeated what she did, that I signed up to be their dad and I should fight harder. Am I the asshole?
Hey,
This guy's doing everything he can.
Hey,
Finally, we got one.
Look at that smile. She's happy about it too.
Ooh, Lisa's delusional.
Yeah, Lisa's like in a Hallmark movie.
She's a lost
If
one.
you just keep trying, it'll eventually work out.
It'll work out.
You just believe.
And they're like, we will say that you hurt us if you keep talking to us.
That's crazy.
We'll say that you punched us if you keep talking.
And I feel like the kids are kind of like been corrupted by the dad, because
Yeah.
I'm sure he says all of this craziness like while they're with him, the bio dad.
Look at his knees. Look at his freaking knees. And like, our dad said you have fat knees.
And it's true.
And I think typically in situations, usually in situations people get divorced, and unfortunately the dad's like not in their life. So I think that advice of the stepdads keep plugging away because their dad's not involved, it usually does work. But when your dad's still in the picture, and you're like, this is your dad. First of all, I don't think that's actually a good thing to say. Like, that's probably, I don't want to like stick up for the dad, but I'm like, if your mom is constantly saying like, this is your dad now, and the dad's like, I'm still their dad.
Yeah.
Like, you can't take me out of the situation. That could be a reason why he's getting so frustrated and hates the new guy, because the mom's like, this is your dad, guys. This is our kids. This is your, like, all that stuff. He's getting mad. You got to be like, hey, you have a dad. You also have another guy, another male father figure that you can go to, but he's not replacing your dad. And it seems like the mom is trying to replace the dad, and he's mad.
I feel like the mom is trying to do one of those things where she thinks it's genuinely good for her kids.
Yeah.
But like you're saying, she's honestly making it worse for her now ex-husband.
Yeah.
And she's making it easy for the kids to be like, I don't want that guy to be my dad.
We
like
still
you could just be
have
like,
this guy.
yes,
Especially when the kids are older.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Like to me, that's crazy.
9 and 11. I literally have a memory of my dad. Who is this random man that
Yeah.
you're trying to like
Forced upon me.
Yeah, I think also I don't understand why she can't see what's happening of like
Yeah.
even if the judge, because like nobody's seeing it except for seemingly him and a little bit her, but for her to be like, okay, they're getting aggressive towards you, now they're getting aggressive towards our daughter that we have together.
Yeah.
There needs to be some sort of correction where it's like, okay, what I was saying of telling them that you're the dad is not working. Let's try something different.
The threat of abuse was actually
Yes.
That's
insane.
terrifying.
And for her to be
Yeah.
like, keep trying.
Brush over it.
No.
Me trying is what's getting us
So
here.
you
Actually,
potentially want me to
Yeah.
go to prison for this because unfortunately that does happen in real life. Stepdads do that to their kids. So I'm like, now there's the idea that they could say that about me and then the law believes
Weaponize
them.
it, yeah.
I also didn't like the fact that they were getting aggressive towards the little one because it's like, even if in the perfect world, they're like, okay, we accept him. It's still a process. They're not going to stop being aggressive to the little child overnight. That's going to continue to happen. And that's what scares me also.
Yeah, especially kids who like need to be taught that that's not what you should do is go
Yeah.
after somebody who you don't like. That's like, you have power over in this moment. That's not who you're truly upset with.
Right.
And that's never the right thing to do in general. It's like, it reminds me of the stories that we did last week with Sammy, where there was the POV of the older sibling of their parents cheated with another married person.
yeah.
And so they had a kid and they're like, I don't want a relationship with this kid.
Yeah.
But they weren't necessarily going to be mean to them. And then another one where it was like, I view my life as I'm an only child, even though they have like multiple siblings on both sides, because they're a double affair baby. So both of their parents were married when they got together and had them. And so their half siblings all hate them. And they're like, we're genuinely mean to them. It's like, no. You're focusing it on the wrong person.
Right.
You should never take your anger out on somebody, but you're focusing it completely on just a trigger for you instead of, your parents. So.
It makes me sad. Lisa needs to reevaluate. I'm not putting the ex-husband out of it because I still think a lot of this is his fault.
Right.
Because it's his anger that's corrupting these kids because they're kids at the end of the day. They're only going to be guided by the examples they have in front of them. So they have a clueless mom and a very angry dad.
Yeah.
That's not going to be a good recipe for a stepdad to come in. But also, OP, don't ask if I can call you my kids. Can we drop the step? That's embarrassing, bud. I can see him in sandals with socks on. He's like, so can you guys be my kids now?
No.
Do you guys want to drop this step or no?
Absolutely
That's exactly
not.
what he's saying. Like, you're like, you want to drop it?
Because we could drop the step if
They're like, no, we're good.
No.
Whenever you're ready, I'm here.
I feel bad for this guy.
That's like a Terran. I think that's a Terran.
It's giving Trevor.
Trevor.
It's giving Teddy.
The stepdad?
Yeah.
Ooh, I can see.
It's giving Paul. It's not giving
I
Paul.
feel like the dad's giving Trevor. The
dad's giving.
Dad's
Stepdad's giving Paul.
Yeah.
Or no.
I get Paul. I can see Paul.
I could see. I can see the stepdad being Trevor. The dad, or no, the bio dad being Trevor.
Okay.
Yeah, bio dad Trevor.
I think we're all in
And
agreement on that one.
stepdad being Teddy, but his whole name's Theodore.
No, Theodore.
And everyone's like, why don't you go by Theodore? Like Theo. And you're like,
Yeah.
I'm a Teddy by heart.
Teddy.
I'm a Teddy. Okay, we
just
should do an
huggable.
act out, and I want to be Teddy.
We should.
We got somebody can play one of the kids. Let's just say
I
one
wanna
of
do
the
one of the
kids.
kids.
Okay.
Okay, now we got the clueless mom or the angry dad.
I'll be the clueless mom.
Okay, I'll be Trevor.
You're Trevor.
I'm Trevor.
Okay, you're Teddy.
I'm Teddy. So, you're the mom, right?
Yes.
You married her and you don't know who she is?
You divorced her, so whatever, buddy.
I still know who she is. You're confused about who you're married.
Listen,
Get
do
him,
you
Dad.
mind?
Yeah.
Hold on. You guys mind? If I have a second with my wife.
Shut up.
Look, Teddy.
Oh,
Guy is so stupid.
did you hear what your son said?
Well,
I hate him.
he's at an impressionable age right now
That's my son.
where they just are filled with angst, anger. You just have to keep trying.
I'm your kid.
Yeah.
You just have to keep trying. Because the more that you try, the more that they see that you're
I'm never
there.
going to stop.
You
Never.
need to stop.
I hate your little teddy bear husband. He sucks.
He's soft.
He's the worst.
The worst.
I don't care. Do you think your opinion has any bearing here?
I'm glad we're divorced, Lisa.
Me too.
Good.
Me too.
Good.
I want to stay
Trevor.
with Dad this week.
He's staying with me.
He's
And the
not-
other one, too.
He's not staying with you. He's
Yeah, I am.
staying with me and his father, Teddy.
I'm his father.
Right here. Right here.
I'm his father.
This is your dad.
Hey, Trevor, could I have a minute to talk to your son
Teddy,
really
what
quick?
the hell do you want to say to me?
This is
I'm not
your
trying
dad.
to talk to you. I just want to talk to Jonathan really quick. Jonathan, whenever you want to stop.
It's Johnny.
Sorry.
Johnny.
Your mom calls you Jonathan. That's you
You
and
think
your
you have the
mom.
right to call my son whatever you want to call my son?
No, you're right. Trevor, you're right. That's you and
Johnny,
your
call
mom.
me Johnny.
Calm
Put some respect
down.
on my
Johnny,
name.
Calm down. Why are you so angry?
I don't like your demeanor, Teddy.
I just want to
There's
talk to your
something about
son.
you. It's just something I don't like.
I'm just a
and I can't
jolly
put
guy. I'm just a
I can't
Theodore
put
at
a
heart.
finger on it.
Jonathan,
There's
this is
something
your
about
dad.
you.
Just accept it.
Listen, Johnny.
I'm
Right here. This is my dad.
I'm in the same room. I'm right here. I'm the dad.
He's right here.
Trevor.
I don't have to be your dad.
Nobody's
I don't want to
talking to
be.
you.
I want to just be a
Good.
father
When
figure
you
in your
talk
life.
about
I can
my
help
son-
you.
Stop
No,
talking.
I don't want
You're talking about my
Stop
son.
talking.
Okay, I'll be
Okay.
quiet
It's hard.
right
You
now.
don't get tired?
It
of
is hard
talking
to hear
about
everybody.
nothing?
It's hard to hear
About my
everybody.
son? My seed? My spawn?
It's a little disturbing.
Father.
It's a little
You
disturbing.
aren't worth 2 dead flies. Shut up.
He's a millionaire, Mom.
I
Who
told
told-
you not to tell anybody.
Johnny,
just a
you think your
secret
son?
between-
You think your dad's a millionaire?
Teddy,
I-
shut the hell up. That's a secret that it's just.
Yeah, I don't have to answer to Teddy.
I might be
Yeah.
meek to a few things, but you think your dad's a fucking millionaire because he's not.
He's a $2
my
heir.
Wow, I didn't know Teddy had that in him. That's kind of crazy.
I don't like it when people lie about money.
And this is why I'm with him.
Okay.
And this is why I'm with him.
Well, it seems like you're about to lose him because.
I mean, we haven't talked about our problems yet. Everybody's been yap. We haven't talked about our
yeah,
problems
yeah,
yet.
yeah.
Oh, so you guys are good.
At this moment, yeah.
We're fine.
Okay.
We could just get to this part of the act out.
Wait, are we enacting out? What are we doing right now?
Okay, so
What?
listen, Pauline.
Who the hell is Pauline?
That's you, right?
Your wife's name is Lisa.
My
I don't know
name
how
is
many times we have
Lisa.
to tell you this.
Oh, so that's who you were
Oh
with.
my
Oh,
gosh.
so that's who you were
Teddy
with.
got gay. Teddy got a little
Teddy.
side piece.
Pauline?
No.
I'm sorry. That's
And you would get with a Pauline. that tracks so much for you, Teddy.
Pauline?
It makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Thanks, son. Man, that's like
Lisa.
solid.
I'm sorry.
Pauline from
You're a
accounting?
genius.
No, not Pauline from accounting.
Pauline from accounting?
Listen, Lisa.
Theodore? Pauline from accounting?
I honestly forgot
it
you
is
had
from
a set
accounting.
name.
Oh.
I honestly, in the story, I forgot you had a set name. So I just thought I'd give you
What do you
Pauline.
mean in the story? It's our lives that we're living right now.
I'm
Right.
real. I'm a real
That's
person.
my son.
Lisa.
That's my ex-wife, Lisa. I
I'm
remember
widowy
your name.
11.
Should we get back
So-
together, Lisa? Or,
So we just
or
got
is
right
family
into
still
this.
now?
Lisa, no. So we just got right into these
Happy
problems that we're having. I guess so. One of
home.
them is a woman that I did talk to before we got together, Pauline, and it just slipped my mind.
Together.
But this was years ago.
Happy home.
So you're calling a woman's name from years ago? You look me dead in my face and say, Pauline, and didn't even catch yourself?
Happy
It might have been the stroke again.
You don't have no damn stroke.
I had fun, and we went to the hospital for it. It could have been the stroke or something.
Who'd you call first, me or Pauline?
There's only one number, and it's you, honey. Okay,
What's her name?
Lisa.
Okay.
Wait, Mom. Me and Dad got a cool routine
Yeah,
going
yeah,
together.
yeah,
Ready?
yeah.
Let me see, Jonathan.
Happy home.
Happy home. You and her both together. Happy home. Let's get back together, Lisa.
I like
Sweetheart.
that because you two are the parental figures. That's cool, Johnny.
Sweetheart, I think you did amazing.
Yeah.
You weren't pulling your weight. You were terrible.
Oh, yeah. He's
You were
so
terrible.
good. I love him.
He was
You were
really good.
terrible.
This is one of the best things we did, Lisa.
And I think in this situation,
Me
this
and
was
you
good.
did this.
It's you two
Me and
leading.
you
It's
did
me
this.
supporting on the side.
No, I did that. And you were there for 2
She did
seconds.
that. She did that.
Yeah.
I think I was in there for a couple minutes, if you remember that night. I guess you want to act crazy like you don't remember. I don't think that was a couple seconds. You said that was the best couple minutes of your life.
I guess we remember it
Teddy
differently.
could never.
She didn't tell me minutes for you. She told me seconds for you.
Well, we're exes, so of course you'll lie like that.
Yeah, and of course
There's
you're
nothing
her
to lie
ex-husband,
about.
so you would lie like that.
You do look like you could put it down, Teddy, and I actually have to give that to you.
I'm a skinny, tall man. What do you think I got?
About you,
What do you think I got?
I know you putting it down, but that doesn't mean you can talk to me that way.
You talk to me like that first.
Hey, son, threaten him with like something.
If you keep talking
Jonathan, don't start.
I appreciate that. Listen, you guys, I'm not trying to step in between you two.
ow, my wrist. Stop talking so loud.
Oh my God. Did you touch my son?
I didn't.
Did you touch my son?
You're not. You're just not
What did
trying
you do to
hard
my
enough.
son?
I'm not trying hard
You're
enough.
not trying hard
He's
enough.
just saying that I
Oh,
touched him.
gosh.
I haven't touched him at all.
Ow, my
Oh,
left.
look. Stop it.
It's my left eye.
Ted, you got one more try. Oh, you got one more try.
I didn't touch your son. I'm nowhere near your son.
You just
He's
need to
talking
show
so
him
loud. It's
that
my
you want to be
eardrums. It's
there
like
for
my
him.
eardrums.
Teddy.
Okay, I mean,
Teddy.
I can do that.
Thank you.
Johnny, shake my hand, young man.
Teddy.
Oh my God.
I didn't mean to use this. I do have a carry and conceal.
Trevor, where'd you get that?
I had it. But you got one more time to touch my son.
I haven't
put
touched your
that
son.
down.
I'm just trying to bond with your son.
Do it,
I
Put
Dad.
it down.
Wait.
Put it down.
Oh my. Okay. Okay. This is getting. Tell Teddy to put it down. I'll put it down.
You two both
Do
suck.
it.
Both of you put
Do it, Dad.
Oh my God.
No, wait, that's my. Oh my God! Oh my God! I didn't want that to happen. I escalated. Oh,
Give me the other clip.
okay.
Give me the.
I don't know why I gave it to him.
My life.
No!
What is my
I
life?
actually kind of like Teddy. Oh no!
What is my life?
I know you got one more.
You go. No!
Jonathan.
I was just jealous of his relationship
Jonathan.
with my kid. I didn't want him to die.
I got gloves on too, so there's only your
Jonathan,
fingerprints on
they're
here.
going to
Smart.
they're going to try you as an adult,
Oh my
Jonathan.
gosh. Were you going to snitch?
Well,
Happy home. Happy home. You and her both together. Happy home. And see.
Paul, I'm still mad about Pauline.
I literally forgot she had a name,
That's
and I
so
was like, this
funny.
does not look good. How's a husband going to get out of this one?
Teddy was supposed to be the good guy in the whole story. He comes together. He's the bad guy.
I did look you dead in the face. I said Pauline. I'm
You
like,
said
I didn't know
Pauline.
the characters' names. I knew Trevor.
Didn't even catch yourself. That's what got me. Okay.
Because if you would have never said your name was Lisa, I would have kept going.
And it was that look of like, yeah, your name's definitely Pauline. That's what hit me right here.
Well, I think the thing is, you couldn't even wonder if it was a stroke or not.
The way you try to take it off as a stroke is crazy. I actually think that Teddy's toxic because that's crazy that he went that way. That's such a toxic way.
It needed help, and it should have been a red flag that I said a wrong name, not he's cheating. It's I think he needs help. I think my boyfriend is exaggerating or faking his illness.
Illness?
I, 26 female, have been with my boyfriend, 30 male, for a little under 2 years. In that time, we've been together. His chronic pain, which isn't connected to any particular / known condition as he refuses to go to a doctor, has gotten worse and worse. It's reached a point where he's almost incapable of doing chores or house projects, is usually too exhausted or in pain to make or agree to plans, and getting him to do anything outside of the house together is like pulling teeth. His objections always revolve around his pain and fatigue. I've never suffered from chronic pain, and thank God, so I'm not one to judge or accuse someone of making it up since the pain itself is invisible and my boyfriend looks perfectly healthy, but now he's been unemployed for about 4 months and I'm starting to question things. I started to feel doubtful for a number of reasons, and the main ones are A, he never turns down his friends' invitations to hang out, even when the activity is something physically intense like kayaking or kayaking or
you're cooked, buddy.
Going hiking or going to a music festival.
Climbing mountains.
I don't feel a thing.
And B, he's never too tired or in too much pain to have sex. Over time, it's almost made it seem like he's conveniently in an unbearable amount of pain when he has to do something he isn't at all interested in, i.e. chores. And I'm starting to feel hurt that he just doesn't seem to want to hang out with me outside of what we do lazing around the house. I've never accused him of faking or exaggerating his pain, but I have tried to talk to him about doing some more fun things together. And it always circles back to his pain or him accusing me of trying to keep him from spending time with his friends, which I'm not trying to do by any means. I've done a ton of research into autoimmune disorders and other conditions that could be causing his problems, always bringing my findings and suggestions to him, but he just doesn't believe a doctor or any traditional medicine will help him. I'm also bothered because when we go to family outings or parties that we're both invited to, it's rare, but it does happen. He will talk anyone who will listen's ear off about how bad his chronic pain is and how frustrating it is to not be able to find a solution. The thing is, he's not actually looking for a solution. He just smokes weed every day and calls that good enough, while lamenting and complaining that his body is the way it is. He also refuses to return to work because of his pain. For additional context, he seems to have really extreme muscle spasms / tightness, particularly in his back. I'm happy to support him through his hard times, but the fact that he won't work is getting concerning and I feel severely stuck. I'm not interested in supporting him financially on a long-standing basis, but at the moment, I partially am by covering some of his expenses. If this post makes me a total asshole for questioning the degree of my boyfriend's chronic pain, so be it. I just need answers and help. So here are my questions. Where do I go from here? Do you think it's possible that my boyfriend is using his pain as a crutch? Should I put some kind of ultimatum in place that will get him medical care / attention? Your advice is appreciated. And then there's comments and an update.
Here's my thing. If you take it everything at face value, like he is completely telling the truth. He's like this. Every time he says he has pain, it's completely true and it's as bad as he says. I still don't want you as a partner if you have no interest in fixing yourself, or if you don't have like the drive to at least want to get yourself out of pain or do everything you can to get out of chronic pain. Because people go through chronic pain, it sucks. It's like a never-ending hell. Like you just feel it all the time. And if you have no drive or interest, I'm like, that's not attractive to me. You just want to sit in that. So even if you're telling the truth, which I kind of don't think he is, but if he was telling the truth, I'm like, that's not attractive, and that is a red flag to me. You're just going to live your life like this, just lounging at home, not working, doing nothing because of this pain that you have, then find someone else.
And it's good too, because it's like, we say this all the time, but you're only dating, so it's like 100%. You still have time to and space to get out. If this is something you don't see going with you for the foreseeable future, that is on you. That is your choice, and it's as easy as just, hey, we're done. You can move on.
I haven't experienced chronic pain. I don't know somebody closely who I don't think I know of anybody that experiences chronic pain. So I am really just going off of her like suspicions. And I do think it's weird that he seemingly is picking and choosing when he is willing to kind of do things that require like physical activity or maybe like strenuous things.
This man is kayaking.
He's literally kayaking. He's hiking.
He's kayaking and hiking.
I see a montage of all the physical things he's doing.
But then she's like, can you take the trash out? He's like, oof. I can't. I really can't. Yeah. I think the job thing is a little weird too. Yeah. Well, definitely the biggest thing besides the friend thing is the fact that he complains about it, but he refuses to go to a doctor to get it confirmed.
Do anything to help.
And told this. That's why I was like, what?
Wait, okay, so he hasn't been diagnosed with anything.
I don't believe so. He hasn't gone to a doctor.
Yeah, he just hurts, but he hasn't gone to anyone to talk about.
Yeah. So it's like stuff like that where it's like you haven't gone to anyone to confirm it. I'm not saying that it's not real.
Right.
But they can confirm it. They might be able to help you like figure out what it is.
Okay.
It's like, come on. And now you yeah.
I want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Let's take your example. Let's say at face value he is genuinely telling the truth and he's like, I'm in this much pain. If anybody knows me, I am like so accident prone. Like I do have chronic pain. I have like the worst back ever, and it hurts all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I understand to some capacity, like having chronic pain and always being in pain. This guy's kind of blowing me, only because he like his hobbies or things that he considers fun.
Yeah.
They're active.
They're very active.
And they're like not like, oh, like, yeah, you
playing
know,
video games.
I like to take like a little walk around the neighborhood, a walk around the block. This guy's hiking. Now, I remember from our hiking experience, I don't hike at all.
What we did, that wasn't hike. I don't know what
that was. Strenuous activity.
Yeah.
That was strenuous.
So much.
I went up, as we were going up that mountain, I literally was like, I don't know why I'm never listening to Madi to go anywhere literally ever again.
And I saw that guy there. He was climbing up the water slides. He wasn't even going the path. He climbed up the water slides by himself.
How do you say that? That's funny because I heard him on the phone with this girl and he was like, I can't, like, I meet you up, like, I'm in so much pain right now. As he's like hanging off of like a cliff.
I'm like, dude, you're doing this.
I can't.
Kayaking, another very strenuous activity. How much chronic pain are you in? Are these just like, are these like your good days?
It goes away when I'm having fun.
It goes away when I'm with my friends and not with you, but
unless we're having sex. And
unless
like
and then I'm perfect again.
But if there's chores around the house and it's like it's really strong, then
I have to think about
it's like really tough.
I did see it on Reddit that when you have sex, pain goes away from chronic pain. Yeah, so Reddit told
it's not
me.
a doctor, but it's like wellness. So
basically,
you should believe
it was
r/wellness.
It was r/weed and wellness.
Yeah.
It's actually my subreddit. I posted
you
it.
don't need a doctor.
I think for those reasons he had, like, I think it's probable that he's
using
out.
it.
Yeah,
for those reasons,
crutch.
you're out.
You're out.
You got to be out.
You're out of believing.
Oh, when you first started reading this shit, I'm like, I don't believe this guy. I don't believe this guy.
Kayaking.
It was the kayaking, and I'm like, come on, dude.
I feel like that was her. What is it, like her secret weapon or something? Because that was the first thing she pulled out. Activities with his friends, kayaking, guys, right? But anyway,
and it's the not having a job.
Yeah,
like you can't. For me, if you're in that much pain and you don't work, you need bare minimum need to be actively trying to figure out what the hell is what's going on with me. Because even if like someone who is in chronic pain, I don't know anybody who's in chronic pain that doesn't want to stop their chronic pain.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. That's kind of weird.
Feels good. Maybe. I don't know.
It does not feel good.
Because I'm like, I've had back things where I'm like, it's all I think. It's all you think about. You're like, I'm only thinking about my back. I'm only thinking about my back. I need to figure out how to fix this thing. So to live like that all the time, you're like, that is very strange.
Yeah. I didn't know you were a chronic pain girly.
Yeah, it's bad.
Well, okay. Then we definitely can't do like jumping off of waterfalls again. Man, not saying it was good, but I'm like now imagining like in your shoes of how you were feeling that day.
Lower back just grinding.
Oh.
So low intensity
and actually that makes sense now because when we were walking up, because it was Brandon, Madi, SJ, me, I was in the back. Every time SJ would look back and she would like go to me, like, every 100 feet she like,
dude, like my lower extremities, like my back is bad, and I had a hip surgery.
Right.
All before 30. That's crazy. I mean, I had my first hip surgery at 21.
Dang.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
Because We're like, oh yeah, this is great, guys. I expected that much from Sam to be like, I hate this.
Well, I guess that was just me being ignorant because I remember you talking about like your hip surgery and stuff, but it was just me not knowing that
at the time,
to a certain extent it doesn't necessarily fully go away.
Yeah, it does. Like it definitely does help, but it's always there.
It's like an underlying thing.
Yeah, like the pain is always there. Yeah. Like you're always at least kind of like at a 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Some days it's an 8, like some whatever, it's on that range. But it really is like a thing where it is always there. And sometimes, like, I think from my experience, you can kind of really just like put your head down and like deal with it. Mm-hmm. But some days, like those days that, you know, you wake up and you're already tired, like it's such a mental warfare game because it's like, you have everything else in your life going on, and then you have that like literal constant pain, and that shit psychologically will send you over the edge. Mm-hmm. Like so to the point where you just like want to cry because there's nothing you can do about it. Like you've seen doctors, you know, you're taking medicine, you've had surgeries, like you've done all this stuff, and it's not as bad as it was, but it's still painful.
Yeah.
Top comment, even if he does have chronic illness, he isn't doing anything to get a diagnosis or treatment, and he is willing to push on for things that benefit him and only him. He's also developed a drug addiction and he has no plans of curbing it. I'm chronically ill. I'm busting my ass trying to find answers and help because living like this sucks. I do everything in my power to support my partner, and I care for our home. While sometimes that's not a ton, I always prioritize contributions to my household over kayaking, which even if I could push through to do it, would put me down for a week. This man is using and taking advantage of you, disabled or not. He also has dumped this on you without you consenting to be his financial caretaker. You're not married. There is no in sickness and health here. Leave him. And then she updates, thank you to everyone who responded to my post and was so compassionate and kind. It was incredible to hear from so many people who actively battle chronic pain/illness and those with loved ones who do. I hope to continue deepening my empathy towards anyone who is struggling with an invisible illness. On to my update. Armed with some fresh perspectives and some fresh frustrations, LOL, I've talked to my boyfriend and told him that he needs to see a doctor or I will no longer be able to support him financially and stand by while he remains unemployed and unmotivated to get the help he needs.
That's so fair.
I also addressed the idea of managing/balancing his energy levels differently so we're able to share household responsibilities more effectively, spend quality time together, and keep him doing the things he loves with his friends. His response was really bad.
Oh.
Are we surprised?
He told me that if I'm not willing to step up and clean around the house, something that I'm already doing, that there's no use living together and that my efforts to clean are the bare minimum and not good enough for his standards anyway.
Okay.
He was also really mad that I haven't taken initiative to take care of the yard projects or car repairs. He sat there and spouted off a whole list of things that I'm not noticing and cleaning. And once again, he was focused on the idea that I don't like his friends / am jealous of them and want him spending less time with them, which isn't true at all. This really stung. He basically brushed over everything I said and focused on my perceived faults. This told me everything I need to know, and I told him I was leaving.
Good.
He was just mad. Not sad or hurt at all. I'm still crying excessively over his whole reaction. I still don't know how real or unreal his chronic pain is, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Thank you again, everyone, for your support and kindness. I'm truly at a loss.
Oh, so he wanted her to be the mechanic and the landscaper too.
Mm-hmm. This little POS.
The entitlement is actually insane. When this guy does nothing but play video games and kayak?
Yeah. The kayaking now become his first time.
And sex.
And sex?
Yeah. Also the fact that he said, I mean, you clean, but you don't even do that good of a job. It's not up to what I would do if I could do it, so.
Well, you don't do it, so.
Probably should be better.
Yeah. I could never say that to someone. And I didn't mention it before, but like in the beginning, I think it's always kind of a slippery slope when you pay for your partner or your boyfriend or girlfriend. Like in a boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, there's like a difference between like sometimes helping your boyfriend and girlfriend, but supporting them, I think is like, we're not married. This is not like a thing that I feel like I shouldn't be doing. And that's something I would be very wary of. Mm-hmm. So her being in that for 4 months and he has no interest in like...
And no motivation.
No motivation to get another job. I'm like, that's enough for me. I'm like, I think we're going to have to get out of that. I'm not supporting you. Mm-hmm. It's not like that. We ain't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I'm not pulling 100% of the load.
Yeah.
100% of the time. Are you freaking crazy?
I'm going to clean and do yard work after I support us financially too.
While you're sitting down with Cheeto dust on your fingers, bro?
And then after I've been supporting and I come to you trying to have a constructive conversation, you just get pissed, criticize me, and then completely blow over everything I'm actually trying to say and then try and place the blame on me.
That's enough.
And say, oh, you are doing all these things, but you're not doing as good of a job as I would. Please. Don't make me give you more chronic pain, sir.
Ooh. Why oughta.
My boyfriend pretended to be single in front of other girls while I was standing right there. Is this grounds to break up immediately?
Why are you asking? Why are you coming to Reddit and asking questions like this?
Or should I give him a chance to explain himself?
Why does he need to explain himself? He already did the explaining when he was standing right in front of you and talking to other girls, pretending that he was single. Why are you coming to Reddit and asking? Okay.
Wait, this is the thing I sent the group chat. It's from Instagram. It was like, Instagram. On Instagram, they're like, look at my new boyfriend. On Twitter, it was like, I can't get a new boyfriend. On Reddit, it's like, my 21 female, boyfriend 53 male, boyfriend forbids me from going into the basement and has a sock drawer full of missing women's driver's license. Am I the asshole for being uncomfortable? The wedding's in 3 hours.
Did I like that? I thought, okay.
That was
like,
good.
That's Reddit, man.
OP, I'm not trying to attack you, but these kinds of questions, it's these types of questions that I wonder as a society, have we lost the plot?
I feel like we have a little
because we've lost the plot if we're asking questions like this.
My boyfriend, 23 male, pretended to be single in front of other girls while I, 21 female, was standing right there. Is this grounds to break up immediately, or should I give him a chance to explain himself?
You tell me, girl.
He might have an answer.
I think he said it, actually.
Our first year anniversary is in 2 weeks. We went out last night to a birthday party of our mutual friends. He got pretty tipsy, but not wasted. I didn't drink since I was driving us home. At some point in the night, I went to go get some water, and when I came back, there was a crush of people in the room, so I was standing directly behind him trying to get through. He was talking to some girl, and I heard her ask, "So is that girl you came in with your girlfriend?" And he distinctly said after some hesitation, "No, she's just my roommate." I got really pissed off, but I didn't say anything. I just came up to stand next to him. I didn't want to make a scene at my friend's birthday party, but he was going to get an earful when we left. He didn't even notice me for a few seconds and said something like, "You're so pretty," to the other girl. She noticed me glaring at him and left. I was so pissed off at him that I just decided to walk away and talk to my friends the rest of the night. Probably a mistake of not addressing it right then and there, but I wanted to avoid a big scene if I could. I tried to enjoy myself. My friend, the host of the party, came up to me and asked me if my boyfriend and I had broken up, and she didn't know because she had heard him telling somebody that he was single. After that, I just decided to go home. I was really mad. He could find a ride or crash at our friend's place. She said it would be okay because tons of people were crashing in the living room already. I went home without saying a word to him. This morning, I woke up to all these texts and calls from him, really pissed that I ditched him at the party without a ride or without warning. He demanded to know in an accusing voice where I had disappeared off to, as if I was the one who was up to some shady shit. I'm just angry and confused because this is coming out of nowhere for me. We have a great relationship and have never had a fight. He tells me all the time he's so happy we're together and that I'm the best thing that ever happened to him and that he wants to be with me forever. And now pretending I'm not his girlfriend, claiming he's single, flirting with other girls right in front of me. He has never done anything like that before, and he hasn't even looked at other girls. I don't drink, so is this just some dumb, drunken behavior that I should excuse? Should I give him a chance to explain himself or just end things now? I'm so pissed off and I feel so disrespected. I can't even think of what reason he could give that would somehow make what he did okay in my eyes, but I'm willing to listen to anyone's perspective or other angles on the situation.
I hate to say it, but he was probably single for a long time, actually.
Yeah, girly.
Before that whole interaction, the way he was just love bombing you is crazy. Yeah. And you just caught him in the act. He was about to get another victim. So it's cool. I mean, hopefully she had enough context clues to do it. That's concerning, though. You're 21 years old and you see that and you're like, yeah, guys, so what do I do? It's
well, the writing's on the wall. Because you're 21 years old.
I mean, having a guy do that to you while you guys are still in the same place, that's crazy to me.
Yeah, I feel like a 19-year-old or like an 18-year-old could
I still feel like early 20s, you can make silly decisions.
You're so delusional in your early 20s.
Man, maybe it's just because, it's like past it now, but...
And
I feel like sometimes you should, it's hard to, but like just try to think about some of the things you did and you're like, there's no way I would do that now.
Literally.
I can't believe I even made that as a decision. And that was me. I'm the same person. I'm like, I did that.
True.
So I don't necessarily fault her. I do. It's very silly, especially reading it. You're like, this is so clear. But sometimes you're in it. You're like, it's
really
not
don't see it.
that clear.
Not black and white.
And if she doesn't even know the concept, because some people really don't know the concept of love bombing and like showing like we never fight and there's like always saying overly polite. For some people, like that's just a good thing. You're like, but it's not normal.
Yeah.
Like it's hard to understand. Like if that's all you have, it's like one of your first relationships, and someone's always all on you and like all this. You're like, yeah, this is good. This is what I should expect. This is what the movies say a relationship should be. And you're 21, you're like, maybe this is what it is. Mm-hmm. You're like, no, it's definitely something weird. But that actually comes with age. That comes with time.
Yeah.
And wisdom.
Experiences, like seeing that as red flags. Mm-hmm. So we're on Reddit now telling you, hey girl, that's a red.
Hopefully y'all broke up.
Yeah, okay, this is not normal tipsy drunken behavior. Because honestly, like when I'm tipsy or like the drunkest I can be, I want to get my paws on my bed.
You're all on. That's exactly.
I'm not looking at none of you. I'm trying to find where's my bed at. Let me get my paws on her. I don't give about any of y'all.
100%, yes.
Like my mind is literally tunnel. The way my mind is literally tunnel vision. Like if you're not my bae, who the hell are you?
From the get-go.
Who the hell are you guys? I'm
And especially my red flag is he knows she's there.
He knows she's there.
So I'm like, if he's doing that knowing you're there, what is he doing when you're
This
not
guy
there?
is an active cheater. He's active, current, registered cheater.
When you say knows he's there, do you mean like knows in the vicinity?
Yeah,
I don't think he knew that she was right behind him.
What? They're in the same club, right?
They went to like the same place.
I'm flirting with another girl while my girlfriend's still in the same club. Even if she's not right next to me, she can look over and like,
it's a crazy idea.
Why are you talking? I'm like,
yeah.
I ain't leaving no signs to. My
That's
back's
insane.
turned to them.
Because I feel like a normal thing to do would be like, who was that? When you come back, who was that girl? Who was that girl you were just talking to?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing.
But some people aren't confrontational, like want to say something like that. But I probably would have been like,
I feel like I'm not necessarily confrontational. I'm confrontational with people I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
I feel like I would say that to Brandon. I'd be like, who was that? Who was that?
But you're like so jokey, you could pull that off where you're like, who was that?
It would either be a joke or I would like swing and be like, so who was that? It would either be a joke or if I'm pissed off and be like, what was she doing? She was kind of looking at you a certain way. Did you notice that?
I've seen that switch up happen.
So.
Nah, it's not. She's just a joke. So.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Well, I'm not.
I feel like generally I'm like an observant person. Like I'm pretty docile, I would say. I don't know if I would use docile, but I'm pretty chill. That's the word I would say.
Yeah, you're chill.
I'm pretty chill, but I get really confrontational when it comes to like my friends or I see disrespect happening I am not with that shit at all. Like, literally cut that. No.
Yeah.
I don't see none of that shit.
I feel like you're a good, it's not advocator, because Jazz is the same way. You're really good at like defending your friends.
Advocator.
Yeah, you're really good at standing in the gap for your friends who might not be able to voice stuff.
Yeah.
Me. She stands up for me all the time.
Me.
But I've seen it with other people, but I literally have examples in my head of Sadia standing up for me. And then maybe where she needs to stand up for herself, it's harder.
Yeah.
And so she has
I can't do it for myself, but I can literally do it for my friends.
Yeah.
That is so crazy. Because I literally will not do it for myself. Like
I feel like that's common. I feel like I do that in certain ways too.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier for me to stand up for someone else than to be like, and I would like you to leave, please.
Yeah.
Now.
Get out of here.
And leave my friends alone too.
But that is a common thing because you're like, for my friends, your friends and family, you're like, I see the value in the way you would treat the person that I value and love so much. You would treat them that way. But for yourself, you're like, maybe I don't necessarily value and love myself that much. And you're like, I also am worth it too. I should stick up for myself, but it's so easy to do it for other people because you're like, I'm looking at you and I see your value and I'm not going to let anyone touch that.
Yeah.
But you don't feel that necessarily for yourself.
Yeah, Sam, you're right. Thanks for that.
Appreciate that, Sam.
But
I was like,
understanding.
Every one of y'all people, I love each and every one of you. You guys are all valuable.
Oh, I love you too.
Love you too. I think we would all stand in the gap for each other.
Yeah, all for sure.
Top comment. They're basically saying a way to send the message to the boyfriend for OP. You made it clear last night that you're single. I don't wait around for ex-boyfriends to give them rides home. Cut contact. The end.
Real simple.
I'm single.
And then, so first update. I texted him. You made it really clear last night that you're single. I don't wait around for ex-boyfriends to give them rides home. Don't bother coming back here, as you/Boyd said. He immediately tried to call me and I didn't pick up. And then he texted me, what the fuck are you talking about? How could he not know? My friend, the host, even just texted me and told him she'd given him an earful all morning when he woke up for being such a dickbag to me. He denied everything and said he has no idea what she's talking about. They got into a fight about it because he stuck to his guns and claimed he's never said any of that stuff. I have a feeling he's going to pretend he doesn't remember or blacked out as a way to get out of this. He said he's getting a ride back to my place right now. I'm considering not answering the door, but what if he really doesn't remember? I kind of don't care though.
Who cares? Who cares if he doesn't remember? If he doesn't remember, hell, it still happened. What the hell does him remembering or not have to do with anything?
Yeah. Because that means your subconscious wants to do this. If you don't remember, that means you still want to do it deep down.
This is how you move automatically?
Yeah.
I don't give a damn.
He's coming here now. What do I do?
Call the cops.
Top comment. Ugh, I mean, was he blackout drunk? Either way, this would probably be a deal breaker for me, though I might be curious to see what he has to say for himself via email. I wouldn't try to talk with him in person. He's only going to try and sweet talk you, make excuses, and make you feel crazy. Not worth it. And then Opie said, I firmly believe he wasn't blackout drunk because he didn't drink that much. At least by the time he first said that roommate thing, it was like 30 minutes after we had arrived and he had had 3 beers. Not enough to get blackout drunk. And I'm torn on talking to him in person. I feel like through text, he'll be able to get his story straight and review his thoughts before sending them to have a more cohesive excuse. Whereas in person, I can tell if he's bullshitting me or not. I won't be letting him into my place though. If we do talk, we'll go somewhere public where I can leave if I want. Okay, update 3. I know most of you will be disappointed to hear this, but I decided to give him another chance.
You are
Just kidding.
Oh, you got me.
That was good.
You got me.
I only kid because I'm still bawling my eyes out. I did decide to answer the door and hear what he has to say, if only to try and understand his reasons behind it, not as a way to forgive him, but to fully understand why. At first, he denied it and said that none of it ever happened and that my friend was lying to me because she was jealous of us and had always wanted him. She has a boyfriend of 3 years. He said he had no idea what she was talking about or why I was so mad at him. And I just said, I heard you say it too. And he said, say what? But then he just saw the look on my face and crumbled. He said that prior to us dating, he had never gotten attention from girls before and it went to his head when it happened last night. He said that he always felt in disbelief because He believed I was out of his league. It was a pure fluke that I'd ever be interested in him.
I hate these types of dudes. I hate these types. This is the worst type of guy.
Apparently, girls never approached him before we were dating, ever. So when it happened at the party, he didn't know how to react.
Womp womp.
He said he enjoyed the attention for once in his life and he just went with it. According to him, he wasn't planning on doing anything. He just impulsively said whatever to keep the attention coming. He swears up and down that he's just enjoyed the ego boost that came from the girls being interested in him, but he would never, ever cheat on me. In his mind, he thought it was harmless because he knew he would never let it go further than feeding his ego, and that if he had known that I would hear, he never would have done it and risked hurting me. At this point, I started to cry because to me, it was such a stupid reason to throw away what we had. I know some of you will say that I should forgive him. Got a lot of private messages and comments saying it. It was just a dumb mistake, and I say dumb shit I don't mean when I'm drunk too, but I just can't. He broke my trust in him, and honestly, he hurt my pride. I want a guy who can handle when some other girls show interest in him with maturity and respect. A guy who loves me so much that he would never dream of leading a girl on for attention, because I feel like my attention should be enough. Someone who's proud to point at me and say, sorry, I'm taken, and she's a great girl with no regrets.
This one.
I told him that I thought it was a really stupid reason to damage our relationship, being insecure and an attention whore. And I guess it must have sunk in that I was planning to leave. He broke down crying too and begged me to please try to forgive him because it was a stupid, drunken mistake. It was so hard to stay strong because I was very angry with him. I cried so hard because he started telling me that he loved me more than anything, and he just was stupid and drunk and inexperienced, and he wished he could take it all back because it wasn't worth losing me. I said I was glad he realized his mistake, but if he really loved me more than anyone, then he really needed a better way to show it than just pretending I didn't exist to other pretty girls. He got hysterical and started saying, I'm sorry, I can't lose you. Please forgive me. I told him that I thought his actions last night were honestly pathetic and disgusting, and they changed my view of him.
My thoughts exactly.
I told him it was sad that he would throw himself after a girl and lie just to get a few minutes of attention, and that I didn't think it was a good excuse to say that never happened to me before, so I didn't know how to handle it, or I was just innocently enjoying the attention. What would happen next time? How could I trust him to act appropriately and control himself? He said that he learned from this and he'd do better next time, but honestly, I just couldn't get over it. He made me feel worthless as a girlfriend and something he had to hide to get the attention of other women because my attention wasn't adequate. I know that isn't necessarily true, but that's just how he made me feel. I also told him he lowered himself in my eyes and I didn't respect him anymore. So I told him to get out and not talk to me anymore. Wow. I'm leaving a box of his stuff on the porch so he can get it without talking to me. Then I laid on my couch and cried with my dog until I felt sick. It shouldn't feel this shitty because I'm still really mad at him, but we had an amazing year together, and it sucks that something so small and stupid can cause him to jeopardize that. I don't want to be with a guy who values our relationship so little. I feel better today. It sucks not being in a relationship anymore, but I feel like I deserve better. He's been blowing up my phone saying he's been at home crying and he loves me so much, and I'm just waiting for him to pick up his stuff so I can block his number. My best friend also just broke up with his girlfriend of 2 years, so we're planning a road trip together to take our mind off things. I wasn't able to go before because I didn't want to make my boyfriend uncomfortable, go figure, but this weekend I'm going to hang out with my bestie and swim at the beach and forget things. Thanks for the support, Reddit. You helped me stay clear-headed. I have a lot of hate and bitterness in my heart right now, but I'm hoping that will all pass.
Good for you, girl.
Good for you. Good for you, girl.
I'm glad you got out. Because he was crazy.
Yeah.
Actually, I kind of believe him on his reasoning.
Sam, here you go.
No, I do.
What was his reasoning?
I think it is pathetic. It is a pathetic reason. But I do believe him in his reasoning. Like, he's trying to feed his ego, and he said something stupid. But like OP's saying, I don't want a guy like if that's what you need to do, I don't want that in a guy. That totally makes sense to me. Because there is something true about when you're in a relationship. I don't know if it's an aura we have. I think it's because we're not trying to be thirsty that it does make you seem attractive to women. Because I'm like, I've definitely got hit on by way more women when I'm in a relationship than when I'm not. There's something they're like, there's something about you. I don't know what it is, but I'm like coming up to you now. I'm like, this never happens when I'm single.
Yeah.
I'm dirt when I'm single. But you, come on, man. You got a girl. Why do you need any other attention?
Yeah. Yeah.
Upbringing. Because for me, I'm like, bro, you did mess up. This is something, that's a thing that you do dumb when you're young and then you learn from it. So I'm like, I don't think he's evil for this. I think he's very dumb.
Yeah.
And this is a lesson you learn. That I feel like it's not something I had to tell you, but don't flirt with other girls while your girlfriend's in the same building.
All right, we're out of here. SJ, thanks for being on.
Thanks, SJ.
I love it.
We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.